18% of Coles.
From Queensland to Tasmania and Victoria.
See, Sydney-siders can get a warm welcome here.
Politicians out and about selling the cost of living measures announced in the federal budget.
Every household gets $300 off their power bill.
The first back-to-back increase in Commonwealth rent assistance in more than 30 years.
The tax cuts for every taxpayer are about keeping more of what they earn as well.
Business groups are using those cost of living measures to argue workers don't need a large pay rise.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have government handouts and an excessive increase in the minimum wage as well.
There is significant relief in the budget against cost of living.
Each year, the Fair Work Commission assesses whether to increase wages for nearly 3 million of Australia's lowest paid workers. Currently, the average minimum wage is just over $23 an hour. Employer groups are suggesting a pay rise of between 2 and 2.8%. The government wants the rise to keep pace with inflation, which is currently at 3.6%, while unions argue a 5% hike is needed.
Workers are still trying to catch up from a decade of having stagnant wages.
In the end, the final call will be made by the Fair Work Commission, which is independent of government. The decision it makes will come into effect from July. For now, the Treasurer is keen to talk up the government's cost of living measures, but business groups are trying to use them against him to start this new war on wages.
The Commonwealth Government is doing its bit. We need business to do its bit as well. We want to see fair and decent wages for Australian workers on top of cost of living relief, not instead of it.
That message falling on deaf ears, business warning of potential job losses and interest rate pain.
So when you put all of that together, it's obviously going to have some sort of inflationary impact.
You'd still have a bit of an inflation and interest rate risk, but not a huge one.
An ongoing balancing act for all. Stephanie Boris, ABC News, Canberra.